Namaste, beloved Ascension pioneers. I'm choosing to sit down today, put my blanket on, and wanted to change the scenery a bit in my video. I know it's kind of a cozy outfit for a video with such a large topic, with such a deep topic, such as walking as masters here on earth and living our full I Am presence. But it's Sunday and it's my home day, so I get to dress however I feel like, right? Because I want to be authentic as always. Before speaking about this, I would like to read a text. It's something that came through me yesterday after receiving an email from this person that sent me an apologetic note and a video that she attached to it. And there was this person that I mentioned in one of my videos previously that kind of accused me of a few things after not giving her the reply that she kind of expected. And you know what expectations are. They are showing us our deepest shadow, you know, which we need to embrace. But the whole point is not about this. It's about weird synchronicity that happened to me yesterday, because after she wrote this and sent me her inner work you know, description that she recorded through a video, I also received another apologetic note from this person that I don't even remember, because I have so many people writing to me, and it was a guy this time, and told me that you know, he had no right to be like he was in his notes. I don't even remember what it was, because, you know, love remembers no such things, you know. And I was so happy because I feel that this huge breakthrough was made, not just, you know, when I was speaking about this in my video, the equinox video, the new energies coming, but our inner breakthrough. And I've done so much inner work lately, and I was just focusing on love, compassion. And the first person that wrote to me, I remember after that email, which she said, "This is my last email to you," you know, and I still sent nothing but love. But it's not enough just to say it. We need to feel it. This is our true compassionate state. And I wrote the Ho'oponopono mantra, which is, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you." And I really felt it. And there was no reply, probably for a week. But then yesterday I was pleasantly surprised, and I saw that when we truly are love, and when we have nothing but love in our hearts, things do change. And that is when I want to talk about things as such, and about the truth, because we are here to embody that truth. You know, I was always the person who was a truth lover, who was always full of integrity, even in the world of people who lack it, who lack respect, mostly self-respect, and then they don't have it for all the other forms of life around them and other fellow human beings. And I was always the one who was the weirdo because of it, but I never kept forgetting my essence, which is truth. You know, I was always like the one who speaks the truth, and was always standing up for that truth, not for my personal truth, but the truth, you know, that deepest truth. So yesterday after that, I wrote a few words, and I want to read them to all of you who don't follow me on my page. This is what I said, and this is my truth that I carry here since forever, that I came to this planet with. The truth always reveals itself eventually, and it also reveals all that is not within that highest truth of universal love, which is transpersonal and unconditional. It's simply divine. There are certain principles within the nature of all creation, and I call these secrets of creation. And they always exist whether we operate within them or not. The key to becoming the I Am Master is in walking from personal truth to the transpersonal truth of divine principles. So whether or not we live by these principles, they still exist eternally and govern all creation. And when we are not aligned with them, we are not aligned with our essence of creation, which is our I Am presence. That is our true source self, and as long as we are not aligned with it, we are in a forgetful state. So the key to embodying your I Am presence and bringing its source light through our physical body is to live by these principles. There is no one outside of us, you know, who judges us. It's simply a matter of divine nature of all things that are true. And the highest truth is love, transpersonal, divine love. And also I had this other experience here in my life, my daily life, with a certain person who was, again, not coming from the highest integrity. And I felt it, and I didn't say anything. And sometimes we're not guided to say something. When it's time, you know, we're going to be guided to say things, we will say them. But sometimes you just have to hold this space. It's enough for you to know when something is not in alignment, because this person still coming a lot from the ego, of the selfish needs, and cannot see the whole picture. and is my friend, my dear friend, but I feel there are certain aspects that just are not coming from the fifth dimensional awareness that sometimes this person is so eager to talk about, and it's all fine. And we are all each on a certain step towards there. But certain things that are fifth dimensional are the way they are. So if you don't embody all of the qualities in the fifth dimension, you are not there, because every dimension has its principles. Every density has its principles, and it's not enough to really talk about them and know them. You have to embody them in each act, in each deed, word, feeling, thought, everything. That means complete purity on that level. And on each level, we purify ourselves. So I was just not guided to say anything, but I have a feeling when it's time, maybe I'm going to say something. But there was something that was really off. You know, whenever there's something that I feel is kind of off, you know, then I know it's not coming from the highest truth. Because I used to be always so giving, and love just gives itself away unconditionally, just of loving service. But there are some people sometimes who still focus only on their own personal truth. And when something is being caught, you know, when I caught something through my awareness, you know, being vigilant and observant, and you might say this to them, they'll be, no, but this is my truth. This is how I feel. It's true. You get the right to feel this way. But as long as you really don't embody all the qualities of the truth, of your I Am presence, which is how we were all created at the beginning. And there's full integrity and compassion and respect and everything, all the wisdom is there. So you cannot become a master of this realm if you do not embody this. So there's a lot of people I see who speak about these things and are very enthusiastic about, and like this person saying, we're in the fifth dimension now. Yeah, but when something that is done in a way that the person did it yesterday, when I saw these acts were not aligned with that fifth dimensional vibration. So when they're not aligned with that, that doesn't mean you're just not. You're just jumping out and in and out. But when you're not completely fully into it, you're not in the fifth dimension. You're not in the fifth dimensional awareness. You might be in the fourth, that means opening the heart. But the fifth is something different. And I won't talk about this today because it's not a topic of my video, but I will say this. Remember I mentioned the book, The Keys to the Universe from Diana Cooper, and I still didn't get a chance to read it because I have so many emails and I'm lagging behind with so many things. I hardly have the time for myself. So I'm still, you know, trying to find the time to read the book. But after it, I was sent this video by a soul connection of mine. This beautiful lady sent me the video, and I watched the video when Diana was speaking about. And she said that the basic concept right now of Ascension, when these energies are coming to the planet, and not everyone is using them in the same manner because we're all at different stages of our evolution and our awareness. For instance, you could say the planet itself is in a certain transition, is in a certain vibration that is predominant. And you also have a predominant vibration, each and every one of you. You might jump more up, down. It depends. But you get to be anchored in its full aspects when you really embody all of those aspects that apply to that certain dimension or vibrational rate. So Diana was saying that the goal of this ascension process is for everyone to use these energies that are coming to the planet to the most beneficial level, which means those who are still fully in the third awareness, the third dimensional awareness means that they can only see what they can see and touch, what they can touch and see with their physical eyes, don't believe that there's anything else, that their focus is supposed to be to shift to the fourth. And those people who are in the fourth are shifting into the fifth. That should be their goal. And the people who are now in the fifth, which is a lot of us, are becoming, their goal, their aim is to become the complete embodiment of the I Am light, of the I Am presence in that body, so that that light really does everything on its own. And this is what I've said so oftentimes, I always get these beautiful confirmations because the I Am presence is what I'm guided to speak about the most. And the forgetful states, that is everything that is less, anything less but the I Am presence. So as long as we live in this third dimensional awareness and space, we're still not fully in that awareness. But like all the other masters who have gotten through their initiations and rites, they have gotten to that level. And so we are getting there as well. But each who is in a certain predominant vibration is getting propelled with these ascension energies that are coming to the planet, to their own. So we're not going to be all in the same awareness. That means the same dimension. But at the same time, there will be coexistence of these dimensions, of these realities. And the meaning of that is to co-create something. So there was always a difference of vibration here on Earth, because there was constant influx of different beings. And again, we are at that point. There's not like a complete separation from, totally three-dimensional beings and completely enlightened human beings. There's a lot of layers and stages in between that. But like I said, you cannot fully embody your I Am presence if you're not completely purified on all these levels. And when your acts are not in full alignment, and when you lie to yourself, you lie to others, and when you're not fully coming from integrity, when you're dishonest, when you do things that are really not from pure giving, pure service, you cannot be in that state. You are not yet becoming and walking the path towards your self-mastery. So remember this. Again, it's not a judgment call. It's how principles of each vibrational energy work. It's how it is in the law of creation. It's just how it is. So my call for all of you here is to start walking towards your highest aspect, towards your highest possibility. And when we are in that space, we fully see and embrace that everyone is where they need to be. So when you are in that space of mastery, when you just embody your light of your I Am presence, which will always flow through you and do exactly what it needs to be done. You don't need to manifest, you don't need to do, you don't need to go to a certain place to do something, because all will be led by the source of all through you. And like Diana said, there will be no special healing needed at a certain place, because if enough people who embody their I Am presence are there, and everything is being purified as it goes, it's just how these principles work, and I totally am in alignment with this. So there's a lot of people who still confuse personal truth with the transpersonal truth, which is the love within that truth. And that love, which is the only love that is divine love, is always self-sacrificial. It's always not self-serving, but it's always serving to others. It's always thinking of others. It's always, I don't know, it's the highest integrity you can imagine. It's the highest possible light. It's the light of your source. So if your acts are not, all of them, fully aligned with that, if not all of your deeds are aligned with that, then you are not on that way towards that, and that's fine. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that we don't have to compare each other to, one another. We really don't. Because we are where we need to be. And like I said, when you are in that space, you're just holding the space. You don't have to convince others into their truth. For sometimes a lot of people who watch me, when they write me, they compare themselves to me because they feel like they want to belong somewhere. They feel they finally find this person who gets them, so they want to be like them. But no, you cannot be like me, because I've came here as my own soul embodiment to do my own teachings and my own work of service in my way, and I am at my own vibrational rate and my own dimension, which I'm creating a field of my reality around me. And all those who are invited in my field, that means they're also invited in their field, which they're ready for, to embrace fully. But not all will be. For instance, I got this guidance from Spirit lately that, I was really interested in souls and soul groups and how this works. Although, in a way it's kind of stupid, because we're all one and we don't need to understand all these aspects here on an earthly level, because we can never understand everything here from the third dimensional perspective. Although, a lot of us don't carry third dimensional thinking within us anymore. Still do have, leftovers, but, the predominant thinking. It's just that what I was asking is, how are these connections? Why I'm here for a certain group of people, and why someone else who has a different mission, and it's also beautiful and perfect, is more attracting other people, and a certain vibration is attracting something else. It's because, like I said, 144,000 groups of the soul. And I feel that through many eons of lifetimes here on Earth, a lot of the light workers, a lot of the people from numerous star systems, because New Age has made this trick to make someone believe that they're a star seed, but basically everyone is, because the origin of life was everywhere in different star systems, and we've all traveled on a soul level to many various star systems and even galaxies. I do not know everything yet, but the main thing is that we are all star seeded. We all come from the same source. Even the Earth belongs to, even you can say earthly star seed. It's just that when people start doing this and start comparing this and start giving labels, they forget that it's not about that. It's more about the evolution of your own soul and when you're at. So a lot of these souls who are experiencing many different realms and have been gathering this experiences and learning how to cope with them in the earthly stage, especially amongst these souls who were choosing a more earthly experience to grow and build life experiences here. I'm sorry if I'm not being kind of, how do I say this, clear enough, because it's kind of hard to channel my impressions through so that I can really verbalize them in a way that they make sense. I'm trying my best, okay, because my guidance comes in just this deep knowing that sometimes it's very hard to be explained. So the thing is, a lot of these souls were gathering these earthly lives, and in that process, a lot of them has forgotten where they truly originate from, where they truly, what is truly their essence. So a lot of these souls now, there's the conclusion of the cycle and the 26,000-year-old cycle and many other cycles that are concluding at the same rate, is that a lot of these souls are now finishing a certain ascension process and moving up to the next stage. So there's a lot of teachers coming in from their soul group who will help them remember who they are so they can move on to the next phase of their journey. So a lot of us teachers, I'm not consider myself a teacher, I'm more of a guide, but you are your own guide as well. But a lot of us, like I say, who are here, who have a lot of people around us, who are more public, who are speaking because we were sent here. We sent ourselves here for this purpose. A lot of us are here to remind others of who they are. This is all what we need to do, nothing else. And we can only do that through love. And you really get to remember your own love, your own divinity, when someone else will be your mirror for it. So like I say, you don't have to convince someone to a certain level of truth which you think is beyond their own, which is not true. You cannot make someone grow. You cannot make someone shift vibrationally because they will be ready on their own soul level. You have to remember the journey of the light worker, the journey of that one who speaks the truth and is here to remind others, is to become an ascended master here on earth, but a grounded, living, walking master, to be a beacon of remembrance for others, to be a beacon of that embodiment of the divine love that we are, so that those soul groups that belong to the same group will be reminded of that and will remember why they're here as well, do their purpose, and then move to the next stage as they're ready according to their own evolution. So basically, that is why this was kind of communicated to me through spirit, is that we each have a certain group of souls that we came here to assist. So I cannot help everyone. For instance, this totally third-dimensional being who's not even into spirit, how can I help that being if they're not even opening to the fact that there is such thing as spirit and that everything, every atom, every cell, every structure is interconnected? I cannot. Someone else will be there for him or her. So the thing is, we're each, reaching and extending our hands and, extending our hearts with the love that we are, that we have come here to embody, to help others show that they are the same love. And essence is to just be that love and just hold the space. So the only purpose is holding that space, because a lot of the people who write to me, they just come for remembrance. They think they want certain answers through the mind, and when I don't give them the answers that they would expect, maybe they get a bit nervous or they get a bit triggered. But the fact is, they will eventually, because we're planting seeds like this, eventually they will remember that it is not what they truly seek. They seek their union with source. They seek their remembrance of who they truly are. So we've all come here to serve in a certain way that is very individual, but a lot of us have come here to do our own initiations, to go through them, to become these masters that we already are. But to once again on earth have to go through this process, because once you come to earth, you're equal to everyone else. Even though you've come from a different dimension or a different vibratory rate, it doesn't matter. You become just the same. The awareness is different. That's why a lot of us have very rapid growth potential and speed of our initiations. And sometimes it's too challenging and it's still so fast, but because we can do that, we come here with that, how do you call it? That is already our rite of passage, and that means on a soul level that is allowed for us because it was written in our soul. It is predetermined by us to walk this, to facilitate this. If it is not written in your soul, you will not do that. That is why we each have our own gifts and potentials. Not everyone will be doing the same things. Well, it just really matters that we do what we came here to do. And a lot of these souls just came here to be pioneers and help others remember why they're here and what they're concluding in this cycle, because everyone in this cycle is concluding something. Everyone is deciding which way to go next. It's like the whole universe is giving us the opportunity to pick your vibratory rate. It's all free choice. It always was. And the creator, the creators within that all that is, we're experimenting with the principles of free will within that divine will, which is all that is. So it's kind of like an experiment. For instance, like Atlantis was an experiment, like Diana Cooper said, and it's a 26,000-year cycle, which is ending now. So in the conclusion of the cycle, we all get to remember and decide and pick our journey, where you want to go next. This is what the Ascension is about. It is not about for you to wait a certain event or a savior. Ascension is about each soul remembering why it is here, why it has chosen this, and how in this process they will serve others. So we each come to bring our own messages, and a lot of us came here for a certain group of souls that are ready to remember and that are ready to choose. And I'm glad that there's so many people now who write to me and they just recognize their own divinity. Within me, they get to see their own reflection. That's all I'm here for. Just as a reminder, there is nothing more that we can actually do. So I would also like to mention now is a beautiful opportunity because the rites of passage from Children of the Sun humanitarian group is beginning today. I'm going to do it in the evening, deactivation. And you get the PDF file, you get to read the text and then do the activation. All you have to do is subscribe to their mailing list. I think it's a beautiful opportunity. And I got this question today from a person on Facebook page asking me, yeah, but last week you were explaining about the meditation and the group meditation and that it's not okay. So how come this is different now? And firstly, I didn't say that it's not okay. I just said, if someone asked me, is it necessary for us to change something and to do meditation or to enhance the outcome through group meditation and through many people? And, the answer is no, we don't need to. Because Earth is shifting in her own natural process, the universe has its own cycles, and everything is as it should be. But the reason why we're doing this, and especially with these rites, is we do them for ourselves. For our own embodiment of that light that we are. We don't do it to make Gaia shift. We don't do it to make the universe turn in the other directions. We do it for ourselves, This is what we do. So these rites of passage are basically for us, and through us, when we serve ourselves through reaching to that light, to our source potential, is we get to emanate and be that light embodied and that light of love and action. And that is what this means. So it's not bad. I didn't say it's bad. I just said that the meaning that was asked for me in that question was not really understood from a higher perspective. But because from the higher perspective, all that we're doing now in this ascension cycle, we're doing for ourselves. We're not doing it for the earth, because the earth is making her own choice to which vibrational rate to incarnate right now. And each of us has to make its own choice now. So a lot of us who has come here to do this work of service and to utilize what we're doing has sometimes felt this feeling of kind of like disappointment, I would say, when you feel disappointed that something doesn't go as you would maybe expect it, because each soul matters, and sometimes you see souls who rather choose fear vibration than love, and it's not easy, but like a loving parent, we must let them experience everything, because maybe in the end it will still be something that will make them see who they truly are. And like I said, we each get to choose, and you will see in your own life what you have chosen. And I know what I have chosen, and I know why I'm here, and I know why so many people are drawn to me. And I know these are people who I've came here to assist into their own inner remembrance, and so they can easier decide towards the end of this cycle where your soul will go next. It's a never-ending journey, my beloved Ascension pioneers. Ascension is not this dot in time and space, and then you'll vanish and become, emerged. You're going to emerge as source and never return to your uniqueness and individuality. It's just what we're doing now, basically, is becoming these masters living on earth and assisting those who wish to reach higher, because that's the natural principle of all creation. Everything tends to go upwards in the spiral of life. And, you know, you can't know through your human brain who has chosen what and which level they want to embody, which level they want to choose. You can only plant the seeds of love through your acts, you know, all the actions, words, deeds, everything, and align everything with the will of the divine. And towards the end of the video, I would like to read what the Ascension, not Ascension, Children of the Sun, not Ascension Pioneers, okay, although they are as well, what they have written about these rites, if you're interested. They start today. They said, we will be guided through a greatly accelerated experience of back-to-back initiations which focus upon our collective entry into the eternal unified state of God realization as a group consciousness, following our important guidelines of understanding to this endeavor. First, this is a collective group undertaking. Each rite is taken over a period of 7 days, and in this time period, there may be sub-levels of initiation taking place. Each rite builds upon the other exponentially. Due to the acceleration of initiatory energy from one rite to the next, it is highly recommended that participants start at the beginning with rite 1. So there's 12 weeks towards building towards the 21st of December 2012. We're calling forth those souls who are authentically ready to resurrect their life into a completely new system of energy. And that is all we need to do, to keep striving to be the highest potential that we can, though we are ready on the soul level. We are initiated to overcome the physical world of matter, including the relinquishing of all personal identification and emoting attachment to the physical plane. This is not a causal undertaking. It requires your full and sincere daily focus for 12 weeks. Ooh, gosh, you know, it's going to be a hard one. Through these rites of passage, we are further defining the emerging God race as we demonstrate the most important characteristics of fifth dimensional conscious living in our daily life. Everyone can safely participate. This passage program is purposefully designed and coded to lift everyone into expanded states of perception, no matter the level of consciousness. There will be those among our group that are fully prepared to endure this quickened pace and realize a holy emergence. Others will participate in order to deepen certain understandings or to accelerate clearings and internal activations. It is working on all levels and dimensions. We have proven that the vibration of varying levels of consciousness, as this is contained within a higher vibrating group matrix, can be raised to directly experience heightened levels of awareness. The key to integration is to remain within the group energy field in order for the subsequent quickening to properly stabilize. So, this is it. They say it's a 12-week countdown. Let's give this our full and dedicated focus, and with the greatest celebration at year's end. And I fully agree with my biggest devotion, and my heart always intended to serve nothing but the light of the truth, because it's where I come from. So I greet every one of you. I hope you're having a beautiful weekend, and I hope that this assisted some of you who do remember and still are remembering. So take care. Much love. Bye.